Thank you very much. I'll try and be brief because I know I'm going to get pushed on if I don't. Just want to say a special thanks again to Polly for cluing us in and having us along today, and obviously Leonie, who did the initial introduction to Polly way back when. I'm going to talk to you just in brief about an Innovate UK project that we're running in conjunction with Shanghai. It's all about air quality, and it's looking to use green infrastructure assets to reduce air pollution in cities. Just obviously because we're doing this, I get to talk a little bit about us. I'm just going to talk in summary. So we started off in sustainability, really looking at retrofit energy projects, large-scale energy projects, making sure we could improve compliance and make sure these things happened on time and to specification. And so that was kind of relevant at the moment with different things that are obviously happening in the industry. We have a special focus on passive homes and now modular build as well. People that are using this type of infrastructure, GLA just rolling out their new Energy for Londoners program, starting with a pilot, which is quite exciting for us. And in Ireland, actually, the SERA, which is non-domestic buildings, that's quite a large figure you can see there, was actually 2016's figure, so this year's was much higher. What we're really going to talk about just in brief today, and part of our project, is using a solution that we developed in conjunction with Camden Council, and it was to visualize 3D buildings, the things contained in them, and the problems that you're having either in the buildings or in the environment that link to those buildings, and obviously for the greater good of residents, which it was all about. So Camden, in their case, used this particular solution to monitor decentralized energy systems, so trying not to leave the residents without heat for 24 hours, knowing about problems before they become major problems, and obviously residents could suffer. And in light of the Grenfell disaster and some of the failed fire tests, all the buildings that are being declad we're putting in advanced warning systems for the possibility of black mold growth for those residents. Just some of the other things quickly that we do. When people want to get connected, IoT and sensors and so on, if they don't have a way to do it, we put in the whole infrastructure, we get the sensors, and depending on what they want to do, you can see there's lots of different types of these sensors out there, but it really depends on the problems that you're having, and then focus on those problems and use the tool to solve those issues. Just quickly, Innovate UK got together with Shanghai, Science and Technology Commission in Shanghai. We partnered with Leeds Beckett, Hull University, and our counterparts, obviously Geelong Group and the East China Normal University. It sounds like a made-up university, but it's a real one. And coming together to try and alleviate some of the problems that are happening in urban environments for air pollution. So if I just... Sorry, folks, 2 seconds. Okay, so what we're trying to do is capture all the data that's relevant. The big thing for us today, though, is to work with councils, because it's down to a local area. What are the big problems that you're experiencing in air quality? What has your journey been so far? And trying to take that data that you either have or help you get that data and help you to try and solve these problems. But you can see it's not just air pollution, you're talking about noise pollution, etc., and all the other details that can affect this, and obviously traffic is a big play in this. And just on our side, then what we're trying to do is bring this to life. So to be able to have people actually see, in terms of the buildings, in terms of the areas, all localized information that can actually do something, then empower the citizens that are in the community, show them obviously where the bad areas are, where the green assets that are coming into play are going to help, and what the benefits are going to be from those. So this is all about, for us, health and well-being. That's the ultimate goal. In order to do that, we have to give people like planners access to really good data about green infrastructure assets. So you can't just put a roof garden in any building. Every green infrastructure asset is different depending on the location, and that's our job, to work out the buildings, the local area, the local problems, and the right green infrastructure assets, test those out between all the people that we're trying to get involved in this, and the cohorts in Shanghai as well. Test it out, look at the results, see what the best ones are, and be able to give that information in a very powerful and visual way to planners and developers that want to build, and show what the results can be from adding those green infrastructure assets to those local areas. And obviously we're looking for positive impact and most bang for buck out of this as well. And maybe just on that note, just lastly, finish up this is what we're looking for. We're looking for anybody that's already started their journey or wants to start the journey, that wants to partner. There's obviously some funding already available around this for us, so we can take people in, we can take some data. If you don't have that available, we can help you get there, and we're already doing that with people like Camden as well. So it's a great opportunity. The UK government are obviously paying for this as well, so we'd love you guys to be part of the journey. Thank you very much.
So this is some of the technical underpinning, the information that we need to gather so that we can actually keep informing people more and more about the impact of something that we simply can't see, which is one of those problems with air pollution. 60 years ago, just over 60 years ago, when the original Clean Air Act was passed, the air was visibly dirty and people could see it. But I still find, as with climate change deniers, because you actually can't see CO2, there is a problem because people can't see the dirty gases and the tiny particles. But the impact on people's health is quite clear.